Hello and welcome back to 999, 9 hours, 9 persons, 9 doors, 9 ergo corvuses. Ah shit, I should have had like 9. I should have just had my avatar on here 9 times. That would have been awesome. Anyway. Hi, it's me, Ergo Corvus. I am back playing 999. Where were we last time? I know we've gotten 2 endings so far. We've gotten the axe and the knife ending. 2 weapons, because of course. Neither of those ended very well, as you might imagine, based on their names. Hold on, let me close my door. I've got to feel like I'm trapped in the room with the characters. Grezzy, thank you for resubscribing. There's not a 9 anywhere in this. No! You know, it was funny when I was just like looking at some 999 stuff and I saw it released in 2009. I'm like, of course it did. And also, Iken, hello, it's good to see ya. 9 Ergos streaming 999 on 9 different platforms. Oh my gosh, Iken, thank you for resubscribing. On 26 months, yep. Again, so close. So close to 9. See, if it was like... I don't know. But yes, thanks for joining. Let's continue. We're in like a bathroom? Yeah, we're in like a shower room. There's a lot of blood. Right. So I think we were kind of doing like another path down the flowchart. We're over here, right? Because I've gone kind of down these other 2 paths. So right now I'm kind of going down this way to see some things I haven't seen before. Because, right, we had to kind of... We were at the point where we were in the big hospital room, right? And there were 3 doors, and these are kind of like the 2 normal choices. And then in order to do this one, you have to, like, really, like, force people into doing it, so which is why I guess it's kind of, like, off to the side. And so this is why I think we have Clover with us, and we found Snake's body. Which I think in the past, yeah, a different group of people was in here doing this puzzle and finding Snake's body. So usually we found it after they solved the puzzles in here, and then they're like, hey, by the way, we found Snake. But now we're actually here. So we got to find him first. Yay, I guess. Rest in peace. I guess let's do some investigating. Let's do some zero escaping. What's LLR mean? Those letters written in blood. LLR, do you think that might be some sort of dying message from Snake? Ah, it's Leon upside down. No, that's impossible. You saw the body. You aren't doing anything after something like that happens to you. Then this. The way the blood's dried tells you it's real old. Oh, okay. I was gonna say, like, somebody was here after he died, but... Just coincidentally, there's some other blood on the wall. Unrelated to the explosion blood. It's unrelated. Whoever's blood this is, it ain't Snake's. Then you're saying this blood was put here a long time ago? Yeah. Okay. There's a button. Oh. We can just turn out the lights? Hold on, I mean, is anything gonna be different? Oh, wait. They automatically turn the lights back on when I leave. Okay. Maybe, oh, maybe we get like a black light or something? A UV light? And then we'll like see something, I don't know. Old message. Okay. That's where we came in. I guess it's not locked, but there ain't really any point. All that's out there is the numbered door. We can't go back through the numbered door, even if we wanted to. Alright. Chunks of pinkish meat are splattered across the floor. Gross. Snake, why did this happen to you? Damn, I just can't. Yeah, rip Snake. He seemed cool. The divider between the stalls. On the other side of this wall. No, I don't want to think about that. Yeah, we don't actually get to see it, we just hear it described.
Greasy underscore Dragon Lady says 99999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999 nine 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 nine
Oh my God.
nine 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 nine.
Hold on. Thank you, Grassy. Amazing. It's been a while since we've had one of those. Wait, where is even? I was trying to figure out where that the source is for that. Wait, yeah, where is the? Because that was a bit loud. So I was trying to figure out could I like turn that down a bit, but I can't actually find the thing that I would use for that. That's weird. How did that even play if it's not even... Whatever. Yeah, I don't even... Wait, like, I don't even have... How did that even work? It's not even in this scene. Where did that come from? It was a ghost. Okay, whatever. Hold on. Do I have it in like a different scene? How did it play in this scene? Hold on. Now I'm legitimately... Okay, I found it. No, you don't need to do another. That's fine. Oh, it doesn't really look like there's a way to adjust the volume anyway. Well, I guess if it happens again... Oh, wait, control audio. Right? Okay. Just we'll turn that down a little bit. Alright, okay. Back to the game. That's weird that it still works, even though it's in a different scene. I don't understand. Anyway, let's look at these showers. Alright, let's see if anything happens when I turn you. Nope, nothing. Not even a drop. Is the pipe clogged? Wait, and that just encompassed the whole shower. Okay. Do I have to look at every one? No. There's water coming out of the shower head. Oh, so this one works. Let's see if... Shit, that's hot. Really hot. Man, that water must be just about boiling. Okay. Alright, everybody, time to take a shower. We all stink. Oh. There's a piece of paper tied to this pipe with a wire. Notice, drainage valve operation. Please do not flush the water in these pipes. Doing so may cause the drain to overflow. Okay. If I turn all of them... That do anything? Well, now I know that really, really hot water comes out of that shower. Maybe I should just leave it alone for now, though. Okay, what about this one that he said was clogged? Doesn't look like it works. Okay, that didn't do anything. Toilet paper. At least we have toilet paper. Ooh, it's got writing on it. A stack of toilet paper. Hold on. I want to look at this one. It's toilet paper with some kind of red symbols on it. You think maybe that's a Cytali cipher? Cytali cipher? What the hell is that? You wrap a piece of paper around a stick, and then write several sentences on it so that the whole paper is filled up. Then you unwrap the paper, and you can't tell what the original message was, right? That's how it works, more or less. Okay. Then to decipher it, you gotta have a stick that's the same diameter as the original one. Same diameter as the original one, huh? Yeah. Then you just wrap the paper around that stick and you can read the code. Alright. So we gotta find a stick, huh? A wooden box. There's something in here. It's not a stick, it's luminol! Oh man, get Phoenix right in here. What the hell is this thing? Some kind of spray bottle? There's, why is he so surprised by a spray bottle? There's something written on it. Lumen can't read anything else. The label's all faded. Let me see that. He just grabbed it from him. That wasn't very nice. Oh, this is luminol. You know, forensics guys use it at crime scenes. Oh yeah, the stuff that glows blue when you spray it on blood? Even if the blood's been wiped off, it'll still glow. Alright, time to do some CSI. Luminol, go! Wait. You don't really think we're supposed to use the luminol here, do you? Yeah, it does seem kinda weird to use it here. But maybe I should try it, just in case. I bet there's more blood, like over here. Yeah, boy! Just like you thought, Junpei. There are some more letters showing up after the LLR. See? It says LLR, LRL. Okay, I bet that is to do with those pipes that were down here. So LLR... Wait, one more time. LRL. Right? Because, like, they can be on the left. LLR, LRL. Okay. I did what it said on the wall. I wonder if it actually did anything. Hey, this drain's acting up. What the hell did you do? I just messed with the valves a little. Nothing big, you know, just messing with valves. Can we, like, look down somewhere? Oh, there's the drain. Jumpy, the card is floating. Looks like the water floated the card up out of the drain. I mean, it's still in the drain, but the blue card is floating in the water. Can I... There must be water flowing through the pipe on the right. There's water pouring out of the drain. Oh, okay, yeah, we can remove it. Blue key card. It's the blue key card. This is, the symbol for Mercury, isn't it? There was an elevator right outside of the big hospital room. I think that same symbol was on the card reader next to it. That's right. I guess that means we're not supposed to use this card in this room. Do you really think so? You don't think maybe we need it for this room and for the elevator? I mean, maybe. Anything's possible. Oh, there's a temperature. It's a thermometer. Can you get it off? No. It's screwed onto the wall. Okay. Thermometer. It's been attached to the wall pretty good with screws. Do we... I'm because they're making a point of it, I guess we need to get it off the wall. Okay, we got a thing here. Oh, we do... The blue light just came on. Okay, so I guess we did need the card, but... It looks like the red light is off. Yeah, and it still says lock. But then we also need a code. Nothing happens when I press the buttons. Oh. I guess I have to get the red and blue lights. Oh, so do we also need a red card? Okay. I already checked all 3 toilets, you know. Nothing unusual there. Okay, I'll take your word for it. What about these ones? You didn't check these toilets. Bucket. It's a tin bucket. Hey, Jumpy. Do you remember back in elementary school when you spilled all of our paint across the whole classroom? They made you clean it up, and all they gave you was a sponge and a bucket. Like this. Hey, come on now. Can't we just leave the past in the past? Here, what am I gonna do with that? Oh, this looks like a stick! Oh. Junpei reached for the broom, and as he grabbed it, he heard a soft voice from behind him. It was June.
The rabbit hutch.
Huh?
He turned around. June still looked sadly pale, but there was a smile on her face.
Oh, you just reminded me of it. The rabbit hutch, I mean.
Also, hello, Ice, the unknown ranger. Welcome.
How did I remind you of something like that?
Jumpy and the broom. You're always playing around with the broom in front of the rabbit hutch.
I was.
Don't you remember?
Junpei stared at the broom in his hand.
You mean you don't remember that summer either?
She looked very sad. He shook his head.
Of course I remember. How could I forget something like that? It was terrible.
And, Ice, the game's going pretty good. I've gotten 2 of the endings so far, so I'm just trying to find, the right paths I need to go down. They were in the 6th grade. Junpei and June had been assigned to take care of the classroom pets, the rabbits. Their chief duty was to clean the hutches every morning. On the final day of school, before summer vacation began, Junpei overslept. He rushed to school and found June standing in front of the rabbit hutches. No sooner had Junpei arrived than June began to cry. He had no idea why until he looked behind her into the rabbit hutch. The first thing he saw was blood. The hutch was filled with the dead bodies of the rabbits. Even after their teachers and friends came to see what the commotion was, June couldn't stop crying.
I just kept crying and crying until you came over. You held my hand, and you looked very serious, and you said, "Don't cry. I'm gonna catch the person who did this." After you told me that, I finally stopped crying.
Well, the real fun started after you quit crying. You told me we were gonna catch the killer together.
June smiled, and a little of the flush of life returned to her cheeks.
Then we decided that we'd ambush them.
Yeah, I remember.
The school also kept roosters and guinea pigs. Junpei and June had decided the murderer would likely return to finish off the rest of the animals. I like how we're getting this, like happy, nostalgic music as we're talking about, these animals getting killed. What a happy memory. They would ambush the killer at night. Junpei and June hid behind the hutch at dusk and waited. And also, I've gotten the axe and the knife. I got the 2, the sharp object endings. It was a warm summer night. The quiet sound of crickets whispered through the air. As the sun went down, the stars began to wink at them from the sky. And June's, Akane Kuroshiki's face. That night was something Junpei knew he would never forget, as long as he lived.
But the murderer never showed up. We waited for them all summer vacation, and they never showed up.
Yeah, but the animals didn't get attacked either. I think all that work amounted to something, you know?
He'd felt the same way, but it was good to hear her say it. And yeah, Ice, I feel like the knife ending is the one that a lot of people get, because I think it's the one that you get if you, pretty much if you make the decisions that just kind of make sense. I feel like that leads to the knife ending. And also, hello, Roof Dweller. They're telling this story while standing in the remains. Yeah, they're 2 feet away from him. As we're just looking at this, janitor closet. There's just a dead body behind us. Remember that time? Also, this is just making me think that June is the one that killed the rabbits. Because the other animals didn't die because Junpei was with her.
Although, if you think about it, we were probably taking on a lot more than we could handle.
What do you mean?
She looked up at him, confused.
Come on, we were just kids. If whoever killed the rabbits had actually showed up, they probably would have had a knife or something. I mean, you must have been pretty worried, right?
I wasn't worried.
Also, like, I would assume that it was like a fox or something.
Because you were...
I wouldn't immediately think it was a person that did that. But anyway.
Because you were there with me.
She blushed furiously.
Well, you know, no one else wanted to take care of the animals. I was the only one who asked to do it at first.
Yeah, well, boys don't really want to bother with taking care of animals, you know?
Everyone knows this. Boys hate animals.
Well, yeah, but you asked to do it after I did, didn't you?
If it wasn't the rabbits, they were gonna make me do something else. You know how that school was. I figured it'd be better if I was working with somebody who wasn't too much of a loudmouth, right?
You know, the school was always making you do stuff.
Somebody who wasn't gonna tell on me if I felt like blowing it off.
Really? That's why you volunteered?
Yeah, it is.
God, Junpei. What a dumbass. He nodded quickly and much too earnestly, and then quickly looked away at something very important. Snake's body? Which is right next to them.
Really?
Of course.
That hadn't been the reason, of course. What a tsundere. He had asked to take care of the rabbits so that he could be near June. But it had been so long ago, he couldn't bring himself to tell her how he'd felt back then. It would be embarrassing. And really, that's the important thing in this situation, is you don't want to get embarrassed. He took a quick breath to clear his head, tossed the broom up, and then snatched it out of the air. Oh wow, how cool.
Well, we don't really have time to be walking down memory lane like this, you know? We've got to figure out a way out of this room. Otherwise...
Yes. I'm gonna look over there.
June nodded curtly, then turned and walked away.
I should get back to it myself.
I like how...
That's right. The pool of blood.
Junpei turned around and looked at the room. At Snake's body. Chunks of flesh and organs still lay on the floor. Wow, way to kill the mood, Snake.
Going on and on about old times right next to a corpse? What were we doing? Well, maybe it was because we're in this mess.
Despite such a situation, or perhaps because of it, the mind turned to the farthest thing from death that it could. Still, Junpei couldn't help but feel a twinge of guilt at wanting so desperately to live when Snake lay dead before him.
I have to survive, no matter the cost. I need to make sure she gets out too.
As he stared at the clumps of blackened flesh, all Junpei could think of was how much he wanted to live. Broom. What are you doing with the broom? Let's combine broom with toilet paper to make... What if I wrap the toilet paper around the broom? Broom wrapped in toilet paper. Let's go. Oh, so you wrap the toilet paper around the broom, huh? How clever. Looks like the symbols line up perfectly. It says 634 plus. Great. I think we need more numbers, right? Oh, hold on. Nothing happens. Oh, wait. Okay, we can't enter a number yet. Alright. The dividing wall that separates the toilets. Okay. Oh. What do you think this is? It looks like tar. It's kinda sticky. I don't think we can just wipe it off. I doubt just pouring some water on it's gonna help much either. What about hot water? Hot water. If we had some really hot water, like boiling hot, then maybe that would wash it off. Yeah, that's a good idea. Alright. I don't know why we care about cleaning a toilet, but you know, Just gotta do what you can, I guess. We do have a bucket. Maybe I can use the shower here to fill the bucket with hot water. Hey, 7, could you turn on the shower? I'm gonna put the bucket under the head. Ah, okay, sure thing. Bucket filled with hot water. I'm gonna pour it out. Wow. Just staying in there. If I flush the hot water from the bucket, that should clean it up. Oh, okay, they want me to, like, put it in the tank. Okay. Can't just pour it on it, whatever. Alright, so I just pour the hot water into this tank, and... Oh, wait, there's also a screwdriver in there. Looks like you filled it. Now you should be able to flush it, right? There's probably a handle somewhere on the tank that you can pull. You think so? Serious? Yeah, have you seen a toilet before? Let me take that out of the boiling hot water. It's a screwdriver. We can unscrew things with this. Is there something we needed to unscrew somewhere? Yep, oh yeah, the thermometer. Ice says, why are there no shower stalls? This is crucial. True. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's a really old ship, so I don't know. People were just like, I don't know. We'll just shower together. It's fine. Wait, yeah, wait, there is no... Oh, never mind. I guess he found it. Oh, it's kind of on the side. You can, like, barely see it. But also, this is, this bathroom is connected to the big hospital room, right? So I guess it's just... public hospital shower? I don't know. Aha! 185 equals. Oh, so we probably... Okay, the other one said something plus 185 equals. Okay, but we still need another card. The dirt we flushed out has settled to the bottom of the bowl. That stuff's washed off. Looks like that writing was numbers. See it? 185 equals? What is this? You got me, it just looks like numbers. Dividing wall. There's nothing in the toilet. If there was, that would be gross. There might be something in the tank, you know? Let's open that shit up. Ooh, yeah, card. Let's go. Oh, it doesn't even have a symbol. Interesting. It's a red card. Probably a key card. Do you remember if you saw a card reader anywhere around here? We did. Yeah. Let's go. Alright. So, I don't even know. Why do we even need the thermometer?
Hey, Junpei.
Oh, voice acting.
You know why thermometers only go up to 107 degrees Fahrenheit?
No, I can't say I ever thought about that.
Do they? Okay, I never even noticed.
At 107 degrees, the cells in the human body start to die, and the organs begin to shut down. The proteins in your cells start to harden. It's like when you hard-boil an egg. Even if you cool it down afterwards, it won't go back to being a raw egg. In other words, it's dead. That's why thermometers don't go past 107. There's no point.
I don't even think this is true. Right? Whatever.
But it's pretty rare for a fever to get that high.
Sorry. I mean, clearly... I mean, the thing about thermometers not going over 107 because there's no point. Whatever. I think that maybe the thing about the body is maybe true.
Even viruses and stuff don't usually drive the body temperature up to 107. Of course, there are other external things that could.
Like fire?
Like what?
Well, let's see. Something like getting locked in a sauna, or getting thrown into an incinerator and burnt to death.
He's right about the body temperature thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good to
I guess
know.
That would get a little hotter than 107 degrees Fahrenheit. All right, I got it. Huh? What's up?
Maybe he's specifically talking about like thermometers that you would use on a person, I guess, because I'm just thinking of like thermometers in general. I'm like, what about like a cooking thermometer? But
Nothing. Forget about it.
What was that all about?
okay, we got a thermometer. It says open at the bottom of the gauge. Open. I wonder what it means. Maybe when it gets that hot, something will open? Huh. Okay, hold on. Do we just put this under the hot water? Yeah, if I can get this hot water on the thermometer. Okay, it's like a thermometer lock? Yup, looks like that's doing the trick. There goes the gauge. And now it's at the open mark. Huh, it opened. What's this? Looks like there's a piece of paper in here. 957 plus. Oh, there's another number. Okay. That means you're supposed to add something in 957. Yeah, it doesn't take a genius to figure that out. Problem is what to add. Okay, we're gonna... Let's go ahead and put the other card in. Also, Ice, the heat index today was 107? Oh, God. Rip. Huh? The blue light was just on, but it's off now. Wait, oh? And the red light's on instead. I guess we have to swipe the red card first and then the blue... Okay. Why? Why? Okay. What was the point of that? Anyway, now you just need to put in the password. Okay. Now we figure out the number. Because we know 957 is one. Hold on, wait, there's an in-game calculator. What is it again? There's a shortcut button for it too. Is it left? Yeah. Okay, wait, I need to know the numbers first though. 185. Wait, where was the other number? Hold on. Oh, wrong button. Hold on. What's the one on the paper? 957 plus 185. And there was another one. Will it keep that there? Probably not. But 1142. And so, turns out thermometers used to measure human body temps do only go up to 107. Okay. You know what? I'll give it to the game there. Yeah, this was just the LLR thing. Where was it? Oh yeah, it was on the broom. It was on the broom. 634. So 634 plus 1142. I could do that in my head, but I don't feel like it. 1776. Oh. Alexander Hamilton. Both lights are on. Yep. 1776. What's with E and C? E means enter, C means clear. So after you put in the password, hit E. If you screw it up, hit C. We did it? We did it! I'm gonna sip some water. To celebrate. You found it.
There's a large iron door at the end.
Oh yeah, I should actually do the novel one because we can get more details from the narration that just aren't in the like adventure mode or whatever it's called.
Let's take a look.
They moved a few steps toward the door when Junpei heard the sound of metal on metal.
Huh?
They turned around. Seven was doing something to the door of the shower room.
What are you doing, Seven?
Well, I figure maybe we might want to come back here sometime. So, I stuck the broom in there to keep the door from shutting. Alright, let's go.
With that, he stood up and began walking down the hallway. He brushed past Junpei and kept going. After a moment, the rest of them followed him. Before long, they found themselves at the large iron door. They had only been there for a moment when June spoke up.
Jumpy, look!
He turned. There, on the right side of the hallway, was a piece of paper attached to the wall.
What's up?
What's that on the wall there?
Oh, I think it's...
A piece of paper. Junpei ran over and peeled it off.
a map of the ship's interior?
It says C deck.
So it's the map for this floor then. We'll have time to study it later. Let's keep going for now.
Junpei folded the map and stuffed it into his pocket. Back at the door, the four of them lined up in front of it. Santa stepped forward. He grabbed hold of the door and then turned to look back at the rest of them.
Ready? I'm gonna open it.
They nodded. Santa nodded back and threw the door open. Like that. All four of them leapt through. But there was no floor and they fell into a pit.
What the?
You're shitting me.
It took only a moment for them to realize where they were.
We're back.
A dinosaur story. They had been there only a short time ago. Yay, bedroom. It was the large hospital room, filled with countless beds. And yeah, ice, the temperature can only go down to like 90. Yeah, because below that, then yeah, you have other problems. Makes sense. Lotus and Clover looked up as they entered. Ace was there as well, although he looked as though he had only just woken up. Right, because this is the same thing where Ace had, like, given himself drugs to knock himself out, because, like, it was impossible to
Clover!
have...
Lotus! And Ace! I'm glad you're all okay.
It would have been impossible to have everybody go through the doors, so Ace was like, I'll stay behind, I'll just take some of this morphine.
Lotus? What are you...
The moment they spotted Junpei, Lotus and Clover headed straight for him. As she neared him, Lotus drew back her hand and slapped him open-palmed across the face. Right, okay. Yeah, right, because in order to go through that door, I think we tricked people into doing it. Right, we did like a whole thing with the wristbands and stuff, so it was like, now everybody has to go along with my plan. So I think everybody was really pissed about that.
How could you do this to us?
Her face was furious. She grabbed Junpei by the collar and shook him violently. Clover didn't touch him, but the hate in her eyes was no less potent. It was Seven who stopped them.
Knock it off! We got bigger shit to worry about right now.
His deep voice echoed across the massive room. Lotus glared at Seven, but let Junpei go, after one last vicious shake.
What?
Go have a look. I stuck the screwdriver in the door. That door over there, the one without a number. As long as the screwdriver's there, it can't shut, so you can get in there. There's a shower room past there. I stuck a broom at the door there too. Anyway, go take a look.
Do you want to give them a little clue about what they might find in there, Seven?
Then you're saying we can go in there without passing through the numbered door?
Yeah, it's about the size of it.
Wait, what the hell is in there?
You'll know when you see it.
Again, maybe prep them a little. Especially Clover.
Fine, let's go.
Well, I guess we're not gonna warn them. Lotus and Clover looked at one another for a moment, then nodded and stepped through the door. By then, Ace had made his way to them, moving with the stiff, shuffling steps of someone who has only just woken from a lengthy slumber.
My goodness.
My goodness. For some reason, that just feels like a sound alert or something to me. Just like an alert message, so make it like a text message that says, my goodness.
I know I said I was sure you'd come back for me. I didn't think it would happen so soon, though.
Ace shook his head weakly.
Should I go as well?
Yeah.
Seven nodded.
Very well.
Ace followed Lotus and Clover with a stiff, tired gait. Ellipses. The squeal of tortured metal made Junpei's teeth curl. It sounded like the noise a ghost would make. No matter how many times he heard it, he never got used to it. Every time it put him on edge. It didn't help that there was a girl nearby who looked far more like a ghost than a living human should. It was Clover. She sat on the edge of the bed, her head drooping listlessly onto her chest. Her eyes were blank, and stared across the room at nothing. Her breathing was slow and mechanical. Aside from the rise and fall of her chest, she didn't move. Junpei felt as if even a nudge might cause her to shatter into 1,000 pieces.
Snake was probably murdered. Chances are he was killed the same way the Ninth Man was.
Seven lowered his voice, likely in an effort to keep Clover from hearing what he had to say. There were 4 other people in the room with Junpei and Seven. I want to see... Hold on. How did I make it to where it would kind of fast forward through stuff I've already seen? I kind of forget how that works. Anyway, Ace, Santa, June, and Lotus. Clicking on this doesn't seem to do anything. I think this is it. I think if it's possible to skip through, then clicking on this would make it like auto go through. Seven looked at each one of them in turn and continued.
It's pretty straightforward. Not that hard to figure out how they did it. First, the killers got Snake to authenticate on the red to open door 3. Then they shoved him into it. Alone.
Okay.
And waited 9 seconds for the door to shut. Once that door shut, it was all over for Snake. But he didn't give up.
I'm trying to figure out... They'll probably go over it. But, like, wouldn't the other people... I guess the timer... Right. If you authenticate, but then you don't go through the door, it doesn't activate the bomb. Yeah, okay.
He probably knew it wouldn't do him any good, but he probably ran into the shower room looking for the dead. It was a small chance, but it wasn't like he had anything to lose. Unfortunately, it didn't work. The detonator is only deactivated if everybody who authenticated when they went in uses the dead. Snake was the only one who went through the door. And then, 81 seconds after he was shoved in, that happened.
I see. So that's what you meant by killers, huh? You need at least 3 people to open one of the numbered doors, including Snake. It wouldn't open for Snake and a single killer.
Yeah, can I, like, look up real quick? Hold on.
Yeah. That means we're looking at multiple perps here.
Junpei crossed his arms and grunted.
Well, just in case, I want to make sure. Let's say you're right. When do you think Snake was killed?
When we all split up to look for the parts for the Reds, I think. Right after that was when we noticed he was gone.
Then that means none of us have alibis. We were all off searching the rooms we'd been assigned, looking for those parts.
Yeah.
You're right. So I'm just looking at Can also push Control twice to enable a skip text feature. I haven't seen it ending yet. Just making sure. Oh, here. Yeah, it would just be that. Auto skip. Wait, let me see. Sorry.
You're implying that one of us is a killer.
Well, not just one of us. If I'm right, then at least two of us are murderers.
So, okay, so I think because it is here, that means we have seen this before. I just want to make sure I'm not just gonna, like, skip over, like, everything. Push Control twice and skip the text until I reach new dialogue. The skip option won't appear during dialogue you haven't experienced. Alright, thank you, people on the Steam message boards. Okay, so yeah, if it's there, that means we've seen all this before. This is they're talking about Snake being murdered. Was Zero still on the ship with them? Have I done both of these before? Also, hello, All Striker. That's right, I am alive. I can't look at the flowchart. I guess this choice doesn't really matter. Junpei wasn't sure. Yep, okay, we've seen all this. This is funny. Just dring when we're not even. What was that for? Was Zero one of them? That's crazy.
Clover, I understand what you're feeling. You don't
Just want to
feel
make
that you
sure.
can trust
We are
me.
still technically in, like, a new section. But it still has the same text as the other section. Oh god. Wait, is the text-to-speech not working now? That was weird, it worked before. I'm sorry, All Striker. I guess that means I need to say it myself. Ergo is the smexiest of crows. I am very glad to be here and want to wish him an amazing day. Thank you, All Striker. I hope my reading of it was just as good as having text-to-speech do it. I should probably just disable that because I don't even understand. Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. It's 3 in the morning.
Here we go.
Here we go. Okay. This is new text. Because, yeah, I think, did we not have the keycard before? Well, presumably whoever solved that room before would have shared the keycard with us, right? Maybe they didn't. I can't remember. They stood in front of the elevators next to the stairs that led to the casino and the kitchen. Between the two elevators was a card reader with the Mercury symbol engraved on it. Oh. My headphones just, like, connected to something? Hold on. Let me just make sure that didn't, like, fuck anything up real quick. I think we're good. Okay. Okay, this is still new text. Junpei stood in front of it with a Mercury key card.
Oh, that's the...
Yeah, I found it in the shower room.
Oh, I see. It's got the Mercury symbol.
He took a deep breath and slid the card through the reader. It made a small beep and the lights on the reader blinked to life.
Now we can go.
7 people, including Junpei, climbed onto the elevator. Probably pretty cramped in there.
Looks like there's only 2 floor buttons working.
C and bottom.
The rest were destroyed or did nothing when pushed.
Time to head down then.
Junpei hit the bottom button. The door closed. Slowly, they began to move downward. Sometime later, all 7 of them stepped off the elevator and onto the bottom deck. They stepped off and saw that the hallway to their right ended somewhere between 20 and 25 feet from them. I feel like a dungeon master describing like the layout of a room to the players. The hallway in front of them was a dead end. But not a regular dead end, ooh.
This is a numbered door.
Yeah, it's door 2.
I wouldn't call that a dead end if there's a door at the end. I don't know what I would call it, though. Immediately, they began to discuss who would go through it.
So who should go through the door this time?
We don't need to be discussing who we're leaving behind this time, right?
Right. It's set up so we'll be able to meet up again once we get through the numbered doors.
Then there's no need for arguments at this point.
We should figure out who's going in first.
Very well. Would anyone like to volunteer?
I'll do it.
The first to speak up was 7.
I'll go too.
Then I suppose I need to go too then.
Junpei followed suit, which meant Lotus was, by default, the 3rd member. Yeah, okay, here's the math, yeah, here's to do the thing.
Alright, we're taking off.
Okay, please be careful.
Jesus. You 2 are acting like you're married, you know that?
Oh,
June blushed. So did Junpei.
Don't be silly. Cut it out.
Perhaps in an attempt to hide his emotions, he quickly turned away to pull the lever on the red. The door opened. As they'd come to expect, there appeared to be a short hallway on the other side.
Alright, let's go.
Lotus was the first through the door.
Yeah.
Let's do this.
7 was next, and Junpei brought up the rear.
Where the hell is it this time?
I don't see it!
Oh, there it is! It's right there!
Fortunately, it took them only moments to find the dead. It had been placed just inside the room, right next to the numbered door. They gathered around it and quickly scanned each of their bracelets.
It stopped.
Yeah, it stopped.
Junpei could feel his heart pounding against the inside of his ribs. 7 and Lotus were breathing hard and fast.
Man, I'll never get used to that.
I'm not sure it's something I'd want to get used to. We should finish this game before imminent death becomes a normal thing.
Damn right.
Alright,
Junpei looked around again.
this hallway's pretty short, but it's got 5 doors. 3 on the left, and only 1 on the right.
Don't forget the last one at the end of the hall.
But it's got a metal plate over it, so I doubt we're gonna get anywhere that way.
After taking a look around the room himself, 7 spoke.
Alright, let's get started. I think we'd probably better split up. You 2 okay with that?
Yes, no problem.
Sure thing.
Then I'll take this first one.
7 nodded to them and stepped into the room closest to him.
I'll try the one next to it.
At last, Junpei was left alone.
Well, I guess I'd better get started too.
He looked intently at the remaining 3 doors. Let's go. Well, we've started a new escape room. The confinement room, front hallway. This might be a good point to take a break. And then when we come back, we will continue with this route. Let me take a look at the flowchart real quick. Okay, we've reached this point over here, which is interesting. Which apparently you can get here from the other path. But yeah, it looks like we're on the route to another ending, so this could get interesting. So I will see you in just a couple minutes.